Okay, let's get started. Welcome to our listeners on today's first Brand Purpose podcast presented by Impact. Impact is a purpose tech company that combines e-commerce giving, MarTech giving, and FinTech giving into a multifaceted solution set. And I'm your host today, Greg O'Neill. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer here at Impact. I'm joined by my colleagues, Catalin Sherban, who's a Director of Strategy and User Experience, and he's been with Impact since the beginning, over 7 years now. Kat is based with our tech team in Romania. And as you're going to hear, Kat is actually based in Sibiu, Transylvania, which really is appropriate for this time of year in late October. We're also joined by Ben Netter, who's the Director of Account Management, working with our clients. And Ben is located in our headquarters location, Charleston, South Carolina. Ben's celebrating his third year with Impact. Welcome, guys. I'm really excited to be with you today and to get this series started.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
So, Kat, let's start with you. You've been around purpose marketing for more than 7 years now. So why is it becoming such an important part of a brand's public-facing image to support and represent social causes today?
Thank you, Greg. I like starting with the why question. In my experience, I'm seeing that brands embracing social causes isn't just about jumping on a trend. It's a savvy, strategic move where authenticity is rooted in shared values. Greg, you are seeing this too. Consumers now favor brands that stand for social causes, creating a deeper, values-driven bond. Secondly, this authentic stance is a strategic advantage, attracting loyal customers and motivated staff. Lastly, the payoff is real. Brands championing social impact are seeing a 6% market value rise and up to 20% revenue boost. So, Greg, it's not just good ethics, it's good business. And I can go on and on.
Wow, Kat, there was so much great info in there. Thanks for sharing. And there are even more statistics that support giving as a corporate strategy. There's a philanthropic PR firm called Cohn Porter and Novelli. Each year they do a survey and they publish a philanthropy report. And in 2022, they released data that shows that young consumers, millennials and Gen X, Y, and Z consumers, that 82% of them will support companies that share the same purpose values that they support. So getting back to your concepts of authenticity and sharing values, right on, it really is meaningful to those brands to be able to do this. So Ben, let's come to you. You're working every day with some of the most iconic brands in the world. You're managing their community giving programs. Kat just talked about why it's important to corporations and brands to support these types of efforts, but why does it matter to today's consumer?
Oh man, Greg, I could talk about this forever, but I'll keep it short. Consumers today, they want more than a transactional relationship. They want to consider themselves co-creators. They want to be part of something, belong, influence, engage. It's not enough that they feel good about your purpose as the brand. They want it to be aligned with their purpose too. We all learned recently, you can get whatever you need anywhere and often without having to leave the house. So if a consumer is going to walk in or patronize a specific company, they want the value. Everyone loves the perks, but if shopping at store X in my community can directly impact things that I care about, that's a win-win.
Yeah, Ben, right on. That supports the Cohn Porter and Novelli findings we just talked about earlier. And you also bring up a really important additional point on local community giving. A couple of years ago, Walgreens did a survey with about 10,000 of its consumers, and they found that 67% prefer to donate to a local nonprofit. And when they do donate locally, they donate 3 times as much as they would to a national or a global nonprofit. And by the way, nothing wrong with donating and supporting national and global charities. They all do such great work. But what the data shows is that being present, for a brand to be present in local communities that they're serving, it really is an extremely powerful engagement tool to be the generous citizen in those communities. So Kat, again, going back to your experience, what are the most significant changes that you've seen in purpose-driven marketing and community giving in recent years?
Yeah. Firstly, more and more brands aren't just selling products now. They are promoting ideals, dreams, and genuine impact. Authenticity is at the heart of it. It's less about PR and more about rallying consumers around real causes. Secondly, community giving has shifted from transactional to transformational. Many brands are sparking lasting changes by addressing core issues. And what's exciting? Enhanced stakeholder involvement, powered by tech like ours. It's not just about brands acting alone, but entire communities uniting for change. We are seeing collaboration and not just contribution.
Kat, I love the idea of moving from transactional to transformational, relationships, and we see it, really every single day. You talked about stakeholders, and one of the interesting concepts we're seeing is internal corporate organizations are really starting to work together. They're collaborating on building their community giving strategies together. It's where marketing is coming together to work with loyalty, to work with CSR, to work with the corporate foundations on the strategy they're going to use to deliver on their community giving programs that are put out in the communities that they serve. So Ben, talking about that, you're out there working with these customers and corporations every single day. So who's doing it right? What community giving programs really stand out to you?
Yeah, it's a great question, and they're all really unique. But off the top of my head, I'd probably say the three that really stand out are Target, Kroger, and PetSmart. Target is just crushing it. They're providing relevant causes in the community, coupling with really, innovative guest engagement. This program is an absolute rocket ship. It just keeps getting better. And wait until you see the Q4 numbers. They're going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, I bet.
Another one. Oh yeah, sorry, Greg.
I said no. I bet they will be.
Yeah, I mean we'll wait and see. But I mean, Giving Tuesday is just a massive uptick in the holiday season. Like, this program is just so well done. It's basically become the gold standard. Another one I really like and close to my heart is PetSmart. They're doing an amazing job. Animal owners tend to be animal lovers. So when you present relevant causes that affect their furry friends, I mean, that's a no-brainer. And I think they maintain something like a 90 cent of every dollar donated is going directly to the cause. That's a really efficient metric, and it's pretty awesome. And then the last one I mentioned is Kroger. What they do so well is they've weaved giving pretty seamlessly into the consumer experience. Simply shopping and swiping the shopper's card, those customers can channel a portion of Kroger's annual donation to preferred local charities. It's 2023. If you're not automating these experiences, or it takes more than a push of a button, it's just not going to happen. And these brands that I mentioned, they're not only amplifying the community voice, but they're reshaping what corporate philanthropy looks like, and they really get it. These are three that I keep an eye on.
Ben, yeah, spot on. We get comments every day when we're talking to clients and prospects about how the Target guest-directed giving program is really where the bar is set, and as you said, it's the gold standard. We really love what Kroger's doing. It's amazing how much the tens of millions of dollars it shares back into the communities that it serves. And I really love the PetSmart Treats Rewards program, and the concept of, hey, donate to our foundation that supports pet services, and you'll earn Treats Rewards points. I just think it's a brilliant concept. And these are three great creative examples. They're all really powerful. They're all really engaging. But the really fun part is they're all extremely different. So there's a lot of different approaches to building and creating these community rewards programs. So last question for both of you. What's coming? What are going to be the next really hot areas in community giving and purpose-driven marketing? Ben, let's start with you.
Yeah, it's a great question. I'd say the space I'm actually the most excited about is the FI space, which is a fancy way for saying banks. it's literally where the money is. And I'm going to resist doing my Jerry Maguire impression, save you guys from that. But, I speak to banks every day, and I'm seeing more and more banks that are either looking to enable or are enabling their membership with charitable giving tools. It's going to be a little bit like the social media boom, where if you are not facilitating giving as a bank, you're a dinosaur, and the younger consumers are going to be looking elsewhere, for what Kat was saying, where the brand is aligning with their purpose. Banks, like retailers, need to start thinking beyond the transaction and looking at the overall relationship. Giving is going to be a big part of this in the future, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, that's a great one. Kat, what do you see?
I see the transformative potential the AI has for this space. I consider it another tool in our creative arsenal, much like Photoshop, for example. With AI, we can craft, for example, richer content and descriptions for nonprofit organizations. The AI has the potential to streamline the vetting processes, enhancing the experience for those involved, and it can assist in aligning brands with NPOs, ensuring that their shared purpose resonates with all stakeholders involved. I believe the future with AI is both expansive and promising.
Yes, guys. I couldn't agree more on, the banking concept. And I would love to have a digital giving wallet with all of my donations and transactions being held in one secure place, and all my records are there as well. And Kat, for the AI, and particularly with nonprofit support, which is something that we work on all the time, it's a really great concept. And frankly, it's an area we're already looking at and starting to work on. And Kat, you bring up something in terms of talking about nonprofit support. And we really didn't take any time today to talk about the importance and the roles of corporations working directly with nonprofits as an engagement tool. So let's watch for that in our upcoming podcast series. For our listeners, we're looking to publish a podcast every 2 or 3 weeks, so please stay tuned. And on behalf of myself, Kat, and Ben, thanks for listening today. And I'll close with Impact's mission statement. Let's all look to work together to grow the world's heart. Thanks and goodbye.